I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. Let's stay here for a lifetime underneath the moonlight, 'cause I don't want us to go. No, I don't want us to go. Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine in a world so full of pain. Can you make it go away? It used to be so sad that love was lost, but now it's here to stay. Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable, but look at me today. Never thought I'd find someone like you, someone to show the way. But now I know you're the answer to my prayer. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. I'm sorry for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now. Everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. Always thought of you as someone who can love someone like me, but I was wrong. Baby, now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. 3, 2, 1. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Danea Show. I am Danielle Danea, aka Danea, and I've got a lot to say. So let's get into it. Is this injury karma for USC star Juju Watkins or not? Let's talk about it. So, yesterday, it's so crazy this just happened yesterday because yesterday I covered the story of Juju Watkins, USC player, her interaction with NFL star quarterback Jayden Daniels, and how Jayden Daniels' mom interfered with their interaction, and it caused conversation amongst so many people. because, it looked like his mom was, in a lot of people's eyes, she was doing the most, getting in between them, just having a funny, cute little conversation. But a lot of people, other people like me, saw it as, his mom, was protecting her son as he should. He just signed millions of dollars worth of contract, and he's green. He's very new into the league. He just signed with this new team he plays for back in 2024 last year. So yeah, it was a form of protection. It was mommy. She got in full mommy mode. So it was completely understandable. But it was up to speculation. It was like, what? We don't know for sure if Juju was, just keeping it cute, or she was actually flirting to try to get him to entertain her and be quote unquote a distraction. Or, quote unquote gold digging as well, that some people were alleging. And yeah, and I didn't know for sure. Like I said, I don't know Juju personally. I ran into her in a shoot we did one time. I was running behind her for a Nike commercial, but that's it. I didn't talk to her long enough to know kind of, how she is, get an idea of her personality or her aspirations, quote unquote, to say. Yeah, this is very interesting. This injury now happening literally just after this video going viral. You may believe in coincidences, but I don't. But we're going to talk about, what exactly happened. If you weren't aware, I'm here to share you. That's why I'm here to update you guys. So Juju Watkins, she suffered an injury playing in a game yesterday. She tore, it was a severe knee injury. She tore her ACL, very severe. A lot of players get this, and some don't recover from it because it's such a bad injury. You need your knee, obviously, to play basketball. It's very important. She tore her ACL. This news was reported yesterday. Like I said, her team was playing the Mississippi State in the second round of the 2025 Women's NCAA tournament. She will obviously need surgery and then enter aggressive rehab after. And yeah, everybody is assuming, and I think it's safe to assume that the season for her is over. It takes time to recover from an ACL, a torn ACL. So we'll see. But I think she's gonna make a strong comeback. I hope she is. I'm praying she is. But yeah, it's again very interesting, the timing of this. Now, again, I don't believe in coincidences. There's this quote out there that says coincidences are God's way of staying anonymous. I truly believe that. I think this was God's way of proving some type of lesson. Whether that was a lesson for what she tried to do with Jayden or something else. It was something she had to go through because of something else she might have done. Again, I've experienced enough karma to know it's very real, and what you put out, you get back. So, it just really sucks that, it had to, hurt her career the way it did. And she, experiences literally no time after this experience, but I want you guys to think at home, the ones that were uplifting and, putting Juju on a pedestal, making her seem like she's the prize and she is so innocent and all that. I really want you to look at the situation and be like, Again, think back to the karma aspect. Don't think it's speculation. I know some people were speculating that, his mother must have put a hex on her in that conversation to make this happen. She somehow is responsible for this happening. Obviously, y'all are delusional. We made a joke about it the other day of that happening, but obviously we don't believe that full-heartedly. There's no way. We don't believe in dark magic. We don't believe in any of that stuff, but karma is very real. The universe, understands, evil behavior, and, what you put out, like you said, you get it right back, because apparently the universe is believing that that's something you like to do, that's something you want. You're putting it out in the universe. You must want that for yourself. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Again, some people are going to call it a coincidence. It's not a coincidence, guys. Juju is not the angel that she that people think she is. I won't say that she portrays to be, because I don't get that from her Instagram or any of her socials. But there's more going on behind the scenes than what we know about. Okay, so we got to see this as a sign. We got to see what's in front of us and not try to excuse, or blame other people for her problems. It's like, no, you guys know, y'all watch me, I'm a firm believer, what the life you have and the things that happen to you are well, you don't have full control of the things that happen to you, but it's a reflection, a lot of the things that you go through in life, of who you are as an individual. It really is. And I think it's, again, unfortunate that she suffered this injury, but with me being the deep thinker I am, I'm thinking, what kind of suffering has she caused someone else? What has she done? Why was this so spot on timing? Like, it's crazy. Again, the timing of this happening, what made it happen like this? It's really a question for God, but I want you guys to sit back and look at this, guys. Imagine, look at your own life and wonder, things if you're going through now, some stuff you complain about and stuff you hate going through, that you're going through right now. Ask yourselves what you've done prior to, you experiencing the bad things you're going through, or the good things you're going through. Karma works good ways, for good and bad. When you put out good, you get good, right? If your life is really good right now, ask yourself what you have done in life where you deem to be, good, and you feel like this is a reward based off your good behavior. And I want you to sit back and think about it, and then think of what I'm saying about this whole Juju Watkins situation. I'm telling you, Juju might have been the girl that was worth protecting, his mom knew to protect his son from. And this injury was God just saying, you should have just left him alone. God works in mysterious ways, guys. That's another quote that is very true. I believe it wholeheartedly. And if he doesn't, if you don't get it one way, he's going to show you another way. And I don't know if she avoided the signs before God tried to be like, no, chill out, with the mother stepping in. But I don't know if she listened or not. And now I'm thinking she didn't. And now this happened. Now she suffered an injury that's very hard to come back from. And all the comments in these videos that I saw of, the injury actually happening, she's hugging her knee. You can tell she's in extreme pain. People commenting, again, like I said, they were trying to blame the mother, but it was all correlated. Everybody understood one thing. It did feel like in some way, this obviously, without a doubt, that this was connected to what happened previously. Because Juju Watkins was not in the news. She was playing well. She was doing fine. And then all of a sudden she gets injured right after the story goes viral of Jayden's mom sitting in between them. Crazy timing. You can't help but comment on the quote unquote coincidence. Because the universe, it doesn't lie, and it shows you, and it showed her how they don't play when it comes to karma, when it comes to, giving people back what they put out, man. Checking people for doing wrong-ish. And if you ask me, this injury was a warning or a wake-up call, whatever you want to call it, for Juju. And I don't know, again, I don't know if it was specifically for what she did with Jayden, but I'm telling you guys, she did something. Because these things just don't happen to really good people who move good and, do all the right things and all this. Again, heartache and stuff is going to happen. But again, it's not just what happened. It's the timing of what happened. This didn't happen a year down the line. This didn't happen 5 years down the line. This didn't happen before she sat next to Jayden. And there's a reason for that. Jayden, pardon me. Because there's so much more to the story than we know. And again, I'm here speculating. And most of the time, I tend to be right. And I'm saying this out loud. This is just my opinion. My educated guess on what I'm seeing right that's happening right before all of us, what we all are seeing. And I mentioned, you guys, I mentioned earlier, Juju Watkins is only 19 years old. She'll be 20 this year. She was born in 2005. So literally 20 years old. And I know myself at 20 years old, woo! That's right, when I moved to Los Angeles, I didn't have no protection. I speak about this all the time. No protection, no guidance, nobody, telling me not to do things or to do things, not introducing me to the right people. I had to figure it out on my own. And I was a mess. I'm not gonna lie. And I was stubborn. So even if the right person did come to me, it was I was like, no, I know best. I've been doing this on my own. I got here on my own. I am my own person, da, da, da. So there's a little bit of grace there for Juju because she is super young. And, she might have the wrong people in her ear. I don't know. I haven't seen her family members around her. I remember at the shoot, there were it didn't look like a bunch of people that were related to her, just all people that work for her, and typically I think they have at least one family member, but I might be wrong. I don't know. She's a full grown adult. She's not obligated to have a parent present. But, is super young and playing college ball and, doing your thing. And like I said, you have all these influences, all these cameras on you. It can be, a lot, but when you're in these positions, you gotta handle it the way you need to in order to thrive. You're an influence to a lot of other people, a lot of other young Black girls. So you have to step up past the average person, the average 20-year-old that's lost and doesn't understand things, that makes mistakes because you have eyes on you. Like I said, you're in a different position. You're in a higher position. So you should know how to move. You should know how to, spot signs and listen to them. It is what it is, Juju. And I like you. I really do. I like I said, I only talked to you for a second, but I say this all the time. I read energies pretty well. And you didn't come across as somebody that I'd have to be like, ooh, around initially. And I hope that's still the case. But this story, breaking out, you getting injured, it just really made me ask a whole bunch of questions about what happened. And again, I met her, this was in 2020, I'm thinking 2023, 2024, early 2024. I know it was mid-year. It was hot. But some people, they change, when they get a little more clout, when they get a little more recognition. Sometimes, they switch up on who they initially were, or or it was there all along. It just needed the right opportunity to come out. I hope that's not the case with Juju. I think she literally, they say she plays for the Trojans. That's her team at USC. And they said she was the best player. They lost their best player. She really has the potential to make a change and be a huge influence in the WNBA if that's the route she decides to take. But this injury is going to make it harder. It's going to make it so much harder. And I wonder, Juju, sometimes signs are sent. Sometimes God sends signs in order for you to pivot. Maybe this was a whole thing where God was like, no, you want to play basketball, but maybe I got to injure you to show you that this is not for you, maybe to pivot and do something else with your time. That's how I talk about all the time. My modeling, I had to pivot too. When it came to modeling, I was like, no, I thought this was my dream, but it wasn't happening. And it's like, why? But maybe it wasn't something I'm destined to do. And maybe that is the case in Juju's case. But, guys, again, I really just believe this was a life lesson. I think she is meant to play basketball. We could speculate all day. But, again, it's just the timing of this seems like another sign. If the injury wasn't enough, it's happening literally after this whole controversy with her and Jayden and his mom. It's just a lesson. And these type of lessons happen so often in our lives. You know that? like I sit back and think about, like I said, when I was 20 years old and I was reckless and I was doing all this stuff, and I talk about how I had no guidance and all this, but I had the opportunity to, I met some people, I just shut them away. I ignored the signs that God was sending. He like, literally, it's so funny. There's a story, right? I remember first hearing it in The Pursuit of Happiness. And y'all know the story, the movie The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith and his son. There's a scene with his son and Will Smith where his son is telling the story about how this guy was drowning, and 3 people in a boat came to try to save him, and he kept on saying, no, God will save me. And then he dies, and then he asked God, he was like, why didn't you save me? He was like, I sent 3 people to come get you. And it's like we need this divine intervention. We need God. And a lot of people, like me, again, my old self, like me, wish for a sign from God, like some type of ultimate bang. It has to hit us in our face physically in order for us to accept something, or feel like it's coming from God directly itself, when literally God could be trying to show you a message through another person. But we're like, no, this person doesn't look right. This person isn't God. This person isn't saying the things I want to hear. So we dismiss them. Another question is, I wonder if the sign was in Jayden's mom when she sat in between them. I wonder, because you could see in the video, you can go back and watch the video, or just watch my previous video of me talking about what happened. Jayden's mom briefly talked to Juju before she started having more of a conversation with only her son afterwards. And I wonder what was said in that little time when they were talking. I wonder if she put her up on some game. I wonder if she was just like, stay away from my son. Any of that. I wonder what was said. And I wonder if whatever she said was a sign for Juju and she just decided to ignore it. And now she's drowning. Now she has this injury. Now, like the guy that was drowning, she's drowning. And not just physically. She's probably full of emotions right now, lost, scared. I can only imagine what she's feeling right now, going through right now. But it's like, did you refuse the help that was sent to you the first time, the second time, the third time? And now you want to ask, what am I doing? What is happening to me? Why is this happening to me? It's like, no, we gotta wake up. And again, I don't believe in coincidences. They're not real. It's a cute thing to say. You're like, oh, what a coincidence. No, God had a plan for whatever happened to happen. And you could think, no, I plan to be somewhere this time, but I just ended up. God knows what's going to happen before it happens, whether you believe in God or not. And everything, I believe, happens for a reason. It's either a blessing or a lesson. I say that all the time. And I think this injury was a lesson for Juju. Now, again, it might be a blessing. It might be some type of sign to tell Juju to pivot to something else, or, to work harder and get back on her feet. Who knows? But I'm telling you, if I had to bet my life on it, I would bet my life on it being a lesson. I was saying the other day, it's going to be real interesting if a story breaks out, I don't know, in a month or so, or even quicker, that Juju, is knocked up all of a sudden by Jayden, and then starts commanding him to pay child support and all this thing. And then all these people commenting, saying she was green and the prize and all this other stuff, innocent, all that. They're going to have to eat their words. I kind of said this in my live yesterday. But it's more likely, I feel like, I hope this is not the case, guys. I'm not rooting for anybody's downfall. I don't want Juju to turn out to be one of those childish, ugly women that entrap men in order to get personal gain or fame or whatever. But with this happening now, everybody was talking about she has her own money, she has her own career. It's like, But now she's injured. Now she isn't making she isn't making more money. She can't make more money. I'm sure she's in a contract, or she's making some money with her team, but it's like now it's all on pause right now. She can't do any more commercials. She can't, gain any more endorsements. So it's like all those people in the comments, they're already, it's starting to look like they gotta already eat their words on everything they said prior to this happening. So signs are just leading to her becoming who we initially speculated she was. But again, I hope that's not the case. I hope she makes a full recovery. I hope she doesn't get tied up with Jayden or any other player for that matter, and just continues to work at herself. And if she wants to have a kid, if she gets married, has a family, is there for her man, it doesn't bring us into her drama, doesn't showcase everything on social media, and just is there for him, does what she has to do, I will support that 100%. I would love that. Shout out to her. I think family is the most important thing in the world when it's done right. But it has to be done right. Not you getting pregnant and, making sure it doesn't work with him and being difficult and now demanding all this money just because you now have his son or daughter. That's not the way. It's sad that it's become a way for a lot of people. It's more so in the industry and in LA. But yeah, my boyfriend and I say it all the time. Women are in business and men are in love. And you don't want, and it's so messed up. And clearly Jayden's mom does not want this. She does not want her son to be in love with someone who is in business, someone who is only looking out for themselves, someone who only wants monetary gain, doesn't care about the inner workings of the relationship, the betterment of her future son. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's killing us in the Black community. It's killing us. It's crazy. I gotta speak on this, and I'm going hard on Juju because she has the money, she has the status, she has the connections to really be great, and really be, like I said, that great example for women that, women should look up to and want to aspire to, be passionate about something and do it well and speak well and say things that make sense and not be full of drama. Like I said, I've never heard about any drama before, obviously, this whole Jayden thing with his mother. There was never anything in the blogs, never even a rumor about her doing something crazy. So I really believe she has the potential to be great. But the way things are happening right now, and again, I know torn ACLs happen. But again, the timing of this happening is not a coincidence, guys. I don't want y'all to look past that. I don't want y'all to even think like, oh, this happens all the time. It is what it is. No, but not at this exact time. Something else happened before. You could say like, oh, the whole thing with his mom sitting in between, Jayden's mom sitting in between them. People took that way out of context. It is what it is. I don't think that, should have gotten the attention it did and all that. It's not a big deal. No, it is. I believe it to be a big deal. There were so many lessons in that, and I broke them all down in my previous video. You guys can watch it if you haven't watched it already. But to the question, is this karma? I really do believe it is. I wonder what you guys think, but you can't deny things happening like this. Like, again, the universe, God, or whatever you want to call it, or both, doesn't do these things just to do these things. And thank God for social media and cameras sometimes. Because if we had never seen this, if we had never seen this initial interaction with Juju, Watkins, and Jayden, and then the mother interfering, and then we just found out she tore her ACL, we would have a whole completely different perspective on it. Like, oh, just things happen. It is what it is. She'll be okay. It's so unfortunate this happened, but what's not her fault? I don't know. I think there's a little fault there. I think, though, I might be wrong. I'm always willing to be proven wrong. That's the thing about me. But rarely in these times, in today's times, I am wrong. But we'll see. I'm going to continue with Juju's story. I'm sure she'll be out in the news again for something. I think her progress is going to for sure be documented. And when next season comes around, we'll see where she's at. But yeah, this story was really interesting for me. Like I said, it had me reflecting on my own life and where I was at 20 and what I was doing. And even signs today where I feel like, you know, God showed me so many of them and I ignored them. And I've been so good at seeing a lot of them. And that's why I think I'm in a really blessed situation. But a lot of the signs I did ignore, I'm paying the price for them today. And I used to complain about it all the time. But when I realized my life was my fault, you know, I accepted it. And I look back and my life is great too. I truly believe, even though I've done some messed up stuff, I'm a good person. I always say I'm not a nice one, I'm a good one. I'm a good person. So my life is good. Obviously, bad stuff is going to happen in this world. There's another will in this world, so evil stuff is going to be around you. It's all in how you deal with it, and it's all how you. It's all really perspective. Like stuff that really seem evil could be a blessing in disguise. But again, those are just all what ifs. But if I could bank my money on a what if, it would be that this is absolutely karma. And Juju, pay attention. If you didn't see the signs prior to this, see this as a sign. This is the slap in the face I guess you needed. Don't be messy anymore. Don't be, and I don't think she was really messy in that video with the mom interfering. I think, you know, she did look a little uncomfortable. But again, I feel like there's a lot of things that are happening behind closed doors. So Juju, if you're being messy behind closed doors, stop being messy. If you're seeking out players to entrap them, stop doing it. Because you don't want any more bad karma coming to you. I'm telling you. You don't. Trust me. I can speak from experience. You don't want it. Not with the profession you're in, not with the influence you have. I want to see you in the WNBA. I want to see you thrive. And whatever it is you do, I want to see you thrive. And a torn ACL, you know, like I said, it's tough to come back from. But every time I think of, you know, a torn ACL, I think of that movie, Just Right, when Common was playing a basketball player. It's funny that they made Common a basketball player. And he torn his ACL and he had the woman, Queen Latifah, get him back right. But movies are movies, guys. But, you know, I think this is a blessing, but also karma. But the blessing is that you're able to come back from this now. You're able to choose whether you're going to let this break you or make you better. I'm telling you, Juju, I want you to be better. All of us are rooting for you. Even the people who critique you, we care actually, I think, the most. So that's all I gotta say about that. But I want to know y'all's perspective. Do you think it's karma? Do you think it was just a coincidence? Do you think that it was a blessing in disguise? Maybe it was a sign for her to pivot careers or to push harder. Let me know. I really want to know you guys' thoughts, like I always say. Okay? All right, guys. Please like this video. If you like this video, please comment always. Again, I'd love to hear you guys' opinions. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Well, you won't miss an episode if you turn the notifications on when you subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next video. All right, bye.
Aquel día el instinto nos decía que esa noche juntico no quería, que las ganas bebé nos ganaría, pero no fue así. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos a jugar. Ella sabe que quiero a mi mamacita. Ella también quiere que seamos felices. Ella, la que se apresura a la vueltica. Ella es sin timidez. Como la ves, no le importa dónde y cuándo. Pero nada no he hecho, no soy el que la mando. Nunca lo seré, su carácter no es de niña, que la puede controlar cualquiera. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente. Vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente. Vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos. Los 7 días de la semana te doy de mañana, mi consejo sabes que no es, te doy el desquite, que me quites todas esas ganas que te tengo, mujer. Todo el mundo sabe que tú y yo somos más que panas, pero nos vamos lento, que el que se apura no llega a nada, no llega a nada, nada. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente, bebé. Vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente, bebé. Vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos